Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time with TMC Division 1 in Germany. So, see, interesting race ahead. I like Germany quite a bit, it's an interesting track. I like driving it, doesn't mean I'm good at it. Anyways, heading into the race, it's going to be a dry quali with a dry race. So, interesting decisions ahoy, although not really, because it's softs and mediums if you're doing this race. So, that's all there is to it. It's softs and mediums, and after that, you don't touch the ultras. And yeah, that's basically it to it. And why I left this in, I don't know. Setup was something I did struggle around this track. I have to say, it's turn one is, I think, absolute hell. It's one of my, if not least favorite corners on the entire calendar. I just find it very hard to get right. And every practice session I did, kind of, I have a few laps in the race, like I'd always get a penalty. But thankfully, with this new update, it means that we can run the tire pressures a lot higher now, and that helps a bit when it comes to some bits and bobs. Because temperatures are actually broken now. Like they're actually, I was in. You'll see it eventually. I mean, soon enough, next day or two or whatever. I was in a league race around Baku, and honestly, on soft tires, my left front did not go past like 88 degrees Celsius. Like it was absolutely mad. So anyways, lap 4 or so, or my second actual flying lap when it came to mediums, gotta warm these babies up a little bit. I come across the line. I do a, actually was actually quite happy with this time, to be fair. It was a 12.6 or 12.5 rather on medium, so I was actually happy enough with that, because I hadn't broken into 11s. I hadn't done anything of the sort in terms of that with the softs and the mediums for in like past the low mid 12s. But I didn't. I got a poor run out of those last two corners, and it cost me a chance at 11. It was a 12 flat. I was really happy with that lap. Like I really was quite thrilled with that. It was a good lap. Ended up being P6 in the end, though there are people below me with like Dobby and Kevin with medium tires on, and obviously Calsper on mediums as well at the back. So interesting race in prospect for sure. P6, I was like, why am I starting so high? I'm only going to set myself up for disappointment. So that was, yeah, I was like, oh damn it, that's gonna be a thing. So anyways, we'll see what the race has for us. Anyway, race pace can be difficult at times for me here, but see what we got. I actually ended up going 4-6 for the win, because I really did struggle on 3. Just understeer was quite difficult with for me around this track. So anyways, see how we get on. I didn't realise this flipping video was going to be 14 minutes long, but anyways, we'll do our best with it. Here we go then. 5 red lights. And away we go with a wheel spinny start for Hero Jokin. Going to leave Dobby behind on the mediums. Had to back off a bit into turn 1. That's going to allow Technique Gaming to get a good run. I'll be heading down towards turn 2. But I'm going to stick to the middle, try and hold this position. He's going to go for a dive anyway. And that was a little scary. I have to kind of back off because learn the wheel is a little bit there in front of me. Thankfully still hold it. But trying to do something here. Learn the wheel in front, Technique behind. I'm going to drift out to the right hand side to try and defend this. What happened here is that I went late for his move. Technique was already down the inside. He's got to get out of that. He's got to get out of that, I think. I moved over there. I thought there was a space there down the inside of Learn the Wheel, and Kevin's going to get by as a result on these mediums. And again, more contact from behind. Technique almost puts me into a spin. So that was a little scary. A little scary this first lap was. A couple of occasions I thought I could have easily been somewhere in the wall or into the back of another car or whatever the case may be. Heading through the Sachs curve now, stadium section. A very nice part of the track. In P7, just settling. Basically, I've lost out to Kevin, which is unfortunate because he's on mediums and they're going to be quite bad to start. So that could be. I mean, that could mean we could be held up a little bit here to begin this race. So you have to be careful through turn 1 there. Again, all races try and be careful, and look, it's going to cost me position here. Technique will go down the inside. You're going to be able to hold it this time. I'm going to try hold around the outside. I managed to keep it. Calsper is now there as well, so he's going to be there for company as well. So on the softs, Calsper started on, not the mediums. As he qualified on, of course, he qualified outside the top 10. So he's already there. and he might have a look at me now as well, heading down towards this hairpin. Left him the space, to be fair, and going to hold off that overtake on this occasion, but only really matter of time before Casper really can gets by. And lap 4, closer to Kevin. And there's a few cars bunched up now in front. There's Kevin being one of them. Casper's going to go down the inside. I'll let him have it. There's Hero Joe can learn the wheel on Kevin, so I thought, okay, let Casper go. He's going to get by anyway, but see what he can make of this group and see if maybe some accident can kick off, maybe, and I'd be the beneficiary of it. So I was kind of thinking at that stage, Technique's still behind, so see how Casper got on with that and see if that caused any issues or incidents, and yeah, could gain a position or two out of it. So that's lap 4 out of 34, so a long way to go. Lap 5, Technique is coming behind. I can't really fight this. I'm running higher front wing, so that's kind of a problem for me down this straight. There's a big kerfuffle down here as I get a little snap of oversteer on the curve there, almost hitting, like it did hit into Technique a bit, so that was dangerous. Got a warning for that, but you can see the commotion up in front, like, so you know, there's a lot going on. It could easily end up kicking off, someone end up in a barrier or something, damage. I was hoping for something, but nothing really ever came of it in the end. As wild as it got, nothing ever kind of came of it. Even though you can see here, lap 7, I'm in P9, there's Hero Joke and his Technique, there's Calsper just ahead of that group now, Learn the Wheel, Kevin I think, or sorry, Learn the Wheel is gone, Kevin's still here. So there's a bottleneck somewhere here, but not sure who. But they're still going absolutely out. I was hoping for an accident, something. Give me something, for God's sake. But nothing really came of it. Allowed me to get close to this group, but allowed me to stick within DRS, which was nice. Of course, this track is a nice DRS train you can really create here. This and Brazil are two big ones for DRS. If you stick within it, you can usually stay within it for a long time. But so, anyways, that was kind of lap 7. Getting closer to the pit window, but still a little bit far away. Lap 14 or so, 12, 13, 14 you're kind of aiming for these softs before you switch to mediums to go to the end. So I was nearly in turn 1, which is nice. That was a big thing for me. So lap 9, Dobby's now behind. Dobby on mediums, so he started behind me. Obviously, everyone's just it's finally been released from the group behind me. So Technique, big moment for Technique. I was hoping to sneak through down the inside, but I had to get out of that. I just Sheeny Mac. I had heart in mouth moment there, and Dobby was there as well. I was hoping Dobby wouldn't do it. It's not really the overtaking spot to go through the inside there, side by side. So thankfully Dobby saw that, backed out of it. But really only a matter of time before I kind of succumb to Dobby. Technique does not get a good run out of that corner. I'm thinking, oh, here's a chance. So can I make the most of it? He's got no DRS to help him in front of him. Every car is like Hero Joke gets pitted and such, so good run of speed here. I'm going to go to the left hand side. He covers the inside. I'm going to use a racing line and hopefully use that to my advantage. And then you can see I'm going to out drag him, heading out of the hairpin, so that's a position for me. So happy we get that move done. Technique is someone who I'm racing in this one, and so happy to get that one done. Lap 12, Dobby. I decided if Dobby got me this lap, I would pit. I was hoping I would hold him off a bit longer, but he got me, and Technique's already come into the pits, and so I decided once that move was done, box this lap, and we're coming into the pits this lap. Sergeant Sway, my teammate, is behind me as well, so I had to try and make sure I communicate that. I changed the wing to 3, having gone from having started with 4 for these mediums, so that's why I decided this second half of the last two thirds of the race, really, at the end of the day. That's what it is. Good pit, well, not a great pit. Oh, it's okay pit stop. Oh, that's not a great pit stop actually. 2.7. So, anyways, Technique's going to come across and he's going to get me. I'm going to merge in front of Weiberg, and yeah, that's that one then. So it's like, damn it! I was really hoping to get in front of Technique. It didn't work. So, anyways, try to warm those mediums up. Lap 14, Sergeant Sway comes out. He's actually managed to jump me somehow. Probably the overcut on those softs, but he's going to let me go actually. Though we didn't make it easy for each other. I didn't really want to lose a whole lot of speed, so I was around the outside, and could have been risky, but look, we got it done in the end. So Sway lets you go, so that's just thank you very much. He did have a few penalties, and I had none at this stage, so I want to. But my tyres also up to temperature at this stage, while his weren't. So Just communicating, really, just making sure that we are on the same page. And yeah, that was all there was to that. Lap 16, you can see technique's 4.7 seconds in front, so getting away a bit now is a technique. So again, it's been the case a few times this season where Dobby's come out and Dobby's pitted, by the way, and he's come out on softs. Going to let Sway go here. You can see I'm not on medium, not on rich. Going to let Sway go. He's got a bit more speed, so letting him go. Break early, let him go. It's happened a few times this season where I've been matching pace with some of these guys in the first stint, but in the second stint, it just seems to disappear. Like, I'm not sure what happens, or vice versa. I'm not sure what, but it just seems to be that case again in Germany. That there's a key pace with technique like the such. The first stint, second stint, he just disappeared. So, anyways, lap 23. It's kind of gone on a bit now. Hero Jokin is the car fight now behind. He's on mediums, older mediums. He's a couple of seconds behind, and I'm still in the DRS of Sway. So I was happy to sit where I was because I was getting DRS and he wasn't. Lap 27, same kind of thing. I think Sway's going to have a moment here. He's going to let me go. So, lets me go and move up into 9th, and then that releases me. Then lap 30, so a good bit late. That's kind of this race was. It kind of quiet after that. Learning the wheels, had an accident. He's gone into the wall. He's out of the race. That's a good position then for us to gain. Big one there for learning the wheel. Big accident there. But big one there to move up to P8 then. So that moves Sway into 9th, and then the Hero Joking just behind then in 10th. But Sway's got a lot of penalties. I'm still fighting for this. I've still got no penalties, no lots of penalties in front of the guys. And I see Technique's 4.8 seconds ahead. I think he had 6 seconds worth of pens. So this is big stuff for me now because I want to keep this one. But the Hero Joking has been catching, and I was desperately trying to keep him behind. I know he had penalties, but I desperately wanted to keep him behind. He got close on the last lap. I've got using everything I got left, using the last bit of fuel, ERS, running out of ERS basically down that straight. See, Hero Jokin's closing speed is much better. I'm just covering the middle of the track. And once I knew if I could out-traction them here, I'd be good, and I did. And I knew then the rest of the lap then would be good. I wouldn't be overtaken once I got through here. But actually, because you can get back through there if you get a good run out of the hairpin or just dip into the slipstream. But anyways, that's going to be this race. I happy to hold on to that one. I know it obviously wasn't for actual position, but look, always good to hold on to it on track. Calsper won the race from the back. Shows how broken this is. Mass finished second in the end, having taken pole, so that was unlucky for him. But for me, it's going to be P7. I'm going to get technique gaming. Kyle had a moment on the last lap. I missed out by 1.2 seconds on 6, but P7, very happy with that, especially considering I would spend most of the race like P9 and kind of P8, 9, 10. So I was never going to finish where I started on the grid in 6 because of others with tyres and such, but happy to do that. Only one outside the top 3 without penalties. That was good. Kevin had 12. Let's see, Kevin finished like basically right there at the top 3, but ended up being 4th in the end with pens. So just shows you what not getting penalties will do. So I was happy to jump technique game. Did he have 9 seconds in the end? I think he had 9 seconds in the end. Let me just check. Yeah, he did. So I was actually quite safe on that one in the end. So happy days. Happy to get that P7. Happy with that. Happy with how the second went. Obviously not to get penalties. Big win there. So that's going to do it for round number 11 of TMC Germany. Next up is Hungary. I actually remember the track this time. So anyways, until next time.